Welcome back to Jarzynka Farms, everybody. These things have really gotten dog tame. That was close. Yeah, with the corn price, you gotta cut costs where you can.
Not the fence! It's not good.
Hurt a guy, so. I hope you enjoyed that last branding video. It's usually a little stressful, but a lot of fun, and everything went smooth. We had nobody get hurt, and the calves are all doing great. So we got a weekend list here we have to tackle. If you've been watching the last few videos, we have had some calves getting out, and we've just had a cow get out the other day, so we do have to make that fence over there electric. The grass is growing a bit, and they're really wanting to reach through the fence, so it's time to get that done. Then we'll just have some feeding here and there, and maybe double check the salt and mineral. Just some odd and end weekend work here on the farm. Thank you guys for watching. Let's get her done. Looks like we got some landscaping going on here. What's that saying? What should husbands do when they see their wife with a tape measure? Run. We'll start out here by walking through the Heer Pairs. These things have really gotten dog tame. They're almost too tame, but they're really looking good here. That's a Heer Pair right there if I ever seen one. Same over here. Oh, right back to it. This has kind of been the everyday occurrence here. Try to walk through the cattle morning and night just to make sure everything's healthy and doing good. Double check salt and mineral while we're here. They really haven't been using a lot of salt and mineral, which I think is a good sign. Must mean they're pretty content in the shape they are. Excuse me. I suppose that brings me to the main objective here for the morning. I think we want to get this bull out of his pen and into this lot where those Heer Pairs started out at. He's kind of just dry lotted over here for now, and this has got a little bit of grass growing up, and it's just a drier, nicer place for him to be. He's about 1 month away before his job really kicks in, so he can just kind of relax and kick back here for the time being. The biggest issue with this pen, as you guys seen, is this fence here. The main thing will be to get that electrified here today. That's the last thing we want, is for him to be able to get with the cows and start his job a little early. So we need to be sure this is electric, and then like we said, that'll help keep the cows and calves in as well. Let's maybe sneak over there and get an eye on the cows and calves in that pen, and then we'll work on that fence. Everybody looks good in here. Before we hook that fencer up on this electric fence, I think we need to drive the perimeter and just double check everything. Look for broken wire, staples out, insulators not on right. Just make sure everything's good to go before we kick her on. So this is what checking fence entails. Well, there you go. Looks like we got an insulator that needs some repairing. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Ow. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. So I'm kind of noticing something else here now too. Just as dry as it's been, I'm kind of worried about this dead stuff hanging on this electric fence. Once we go around the whole works here, I think we'll come back. This north side of the fence here is really grown up with weeds. I got the hedge trimmer with me. I think we'll kind of cut some of that back, at least as much as we can. I'd really hate to spark a fire. Well, the rest of the fence really wasn't too bad. It's just this north portion of it here. I think there might be a couple more insulators I need to pound, and then I'll start cutting this out a little bit. We do have one escapee calf. We'll have to get him back in before I turn that fence on, because hopefully once I turn it on, they won't be able to get one way or the other. Well, I don't know how long that stuff will stay away from the fence, but at least I can say I tried now. I definitely got it cut back quite a bit though. So that right there, can you see that cow way down there stretching, reaching through the fence? That's what we're trying to prevent. That stretches the wires out, for one, on the fence, and then two, those cows will push so much that they'll actually slip through and get out. So we got to get this fencer up and get it hot. I'm not exactly sure what this entails. I think that will need to go. I don't know. How do you get in here? Figure out how to hang the fencer in there. That was close. Oh, can you guys see there? Probably not. Good. How does this go? Does it hang way up here maybe? Well, that's not attached to anything. Oh, that's the spot. Might take this wire off. I think that looks like a good spot. Is there a ground rod here? Thought there was, but I don't see it. Ugh. All right, we're figuring this out, aren't we? I don't really feel like it. What's this? Is that a ground? Oh, a ground rod. We got her. Nice. Ow, something biting me. I don't like bugs. All right, this is a gate apparently. That can go out. Dish gloves. Oh, this is an extension cord. This is all set up. Why did I untie that? Stand by, folks. The struggle is real. Okay. This ground rod should work. Let's see if I can get you guys in tight. So this is what I'm working with here. Just for safety's sake, we're gonna go around the outside, back over. That might be too tight. Nope, I ain't doing that. How does this work? Oh, wrap around, I think. Let's see, righty-tighty, I should be this way then. That's an electrical trick. Go opposite of the thread, so when you tighten the screw, it also tightens your knot in your wire. The more you know. All right, ground is hooked up. I guess I can hook up my extension cord. Let's wedge that back there. Oh, here we go. Go through that wire, pinch it off. I'll tie a little twisty knot here in the extension cord. and hope she works. This extension cord is not plugged in yet. I still got to hook up my electric wire here. Oh, I bet that's what this was for. This ran out and hooked to the fence. Maybe that way? Oh yeah, that's what we're doing. We're figuring it out here, folks. I can see the major plan in Dad's head when he set this up. It's all coming together. I'm gonna sneak that out the top, I think. And then we'll hook that up there to the hot wire that goes to the fence. I think we're ready to go out there and hook it up. Nice. Oh, feels good to be on the outside. There's that hot wire sticking out here. So I think we'll run electric fence wire. It's gobbled up there. We'll try to stretch it back here, hook this hot to it, make sure we got a good connection to the fence, and we might be ready to kick her on. Ow! Got me! Now we'll just hook this hot wire up. We're all hooked up here, if you can see it. That comes from the fencer inside here, hooks to this wire, goes over top of the water, drops back down and hooks into the fence that goes all the way around. Before we get to the moment of truth, we're gonna run down there and try and scoot that calf back in on this side of the fence. Would hate for him to be trapped over there. All right, naughty dude, you gotta get on the right side of the fence. How'd you get out? Yeah. Easy as that. And that's why we need to electrify the fence. They go right through it as they please. Naughty, naughty. All right, the moment of truth here. I hear some clicking. Let's see. How do you run this thing? How do I not get zapped? 17, is that high?
That's pretty damn high. 3 is what I...
Yikes. Let's get this bowl moved over. Grass is popping up and he's got just a touch of shade under the tree here. He'll enjoy that. Are you scared? I really thought you'd be a little more excited than that. Everybody's too tame around here. I gotta get you wilded up. Fertilizing the corn here. Times are tough with the corn price. You gotta cut costs where you can. Sweet corn is going in the ground. Check it out, see what we got in the ground. Hey, there's actually some moisture under there. Boy, as you can tell, I'm no farmer. I don't think there's any seed in there. There's one. Well, there's at least seed in there somewhere. Good luck, dude. Is it planting?
I think we'll make it. Right at 30,000.
What kind of seed is it?
Secret.
What was that?
It's a secret.
Let Mom tell you.
It's a top secret hybrid here. Jarzynka sweet corn in the ground. That's a pretty good size sweet corn patch. 18 rows wide down there, and then 12 at the top, with kind of a little fraction rows right here. Just bring on the rain. That's what we need. When's it gonna be for sale?
End of July.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Might have to get your early bird special on the Jarzynka sweet corn. End of July, it sounds like. So mark your calendars. Well, that was a fun change of scenery. Little Mrs. stopped by for a hello. One smooch and she's out of here. Got one more thing I want to do yet this morning. I want to get a little trough wired up in the creep feeder here for the calves, just so I can drop some mineral in there. I keep this lid on it for the rain that I guess we aren't getting, so I could take the lid off. They kind of have trouble lifting that lid on that salt and mineral feeder, so we'll give them their own private stash in the creep feed here. Yeah, I don't know if I could wire this up somewhere here. I don't know what the best way is. Kind of thinking of maybe getting a hole in each side of this trough and then wiring there. So might be kind of stuck in the middle. So let's kind of put some marks. Let's go, I don't know, somewhere here and somewhere here. Try and use my fancy drill driver set here. I don't know if this is a Milwaukee or what. No, Masterforce, Menards Hardware, 2-time team member of the month here. All right, now I lost my mark. There it is. Let's see if this will work. Oh yeah. Wobble that out a bit. Find this one. Let's see if I can maneuver a piece of wire through there. Oh yeah. No problem. It's coming together, folks. There. How's that look? Is that what you guys envisioned when I started this? Now we'll get some salt mineral in there. Pick up my drill. Let's see what we all missed here with the Honeydew Project and my Honeydew it. Whoa, fancy, fancy. I like the design. That's pretty slick. Now what's going in there?
Some wildflowers I planted already.
Wildflowers.
Seeds.
Oh, you got seeds in there?
Yep. Gotta water it.
Just gotta water. Yeah, that turned out neat. I like the design. I bet them bricks are in there solid too. Boy, maybe it was a good thing that I left. I think she did a way better job than I could have done. That's fancy.
Yelled at me.
Oh! It's actually the next day now. We let the cattle kind of clean up the hay that we had yesterday and the majority of today. Now we gotta get them a new round of bales and get them all set up for the week, Sunday evening here. A little bit of a sketchy load here. Hopefully it makes it. Pretty old junk by the looks of it. Gross. These cows got more than plenty, I think. They're good for a while. Next is the bull here. We got to get him. We got to grab that bale ring, that feeder from that other pen, bring it in here, and then we'll have to find him some type of bale. Let's try and look at some bales here and see what we're gonna feed next. Some of this, that don't look too bad. Looks kind of stemmy. Same as that. Looks like there's maybe some good ones back in there. Honestly, this one ain't really even too bad. This might be the one we feed him. He sure don't need a whole lot, so I think this one is probably the one to do. To play today. He was taking on the tractor. He's pretty nice and docile, but he's starting to get a little bit older now. He's getting to be a couple years old, so you just can't really trust a bull ever. He may not mean any harm, but they're pretty good size. It doesn't take much for them to hurt a guy, so.
Scared you again?
Ah! We can squeeze through here. Candy time now. I bet they don't want any tonight. Whoop. Strike that. I think that's the signal.
You just stepped on it, dummy.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
You're like, what is this creature? That's gonna do it for another day here on the ranch. Ugh, that's an ending. Thanks very much for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just kind of busy work now until grass time. Hard to say when that's gonna be, just how dry it's been. So we're always fingers crossed for rain. But until then, we'll be feeding hay and keeping the calves from finding new ways to keel over. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed Jarzynka Farms. We'll see you in the next one.